Cheers. I am a woman. I nurture the world.
Woo! I am a woman. I'm an advocate.
I am a woman. Stop FGM.
I am a woman. I'm not a slave.
I am a woman. I'm a role model.
I am a woman. I need to stop crime.
I'm a woman. Respect me.
I'm a woman. I'm someone's daughter and pride. Cheers.
I'm a woman and host of the Health and Wellness Show, where we support the vision for a healthier and more empowered generation of women. Oimreuru, Kawono wan Kisumu dala. Yes, today we are in Kisumu City at Uzima University, where we'll be having very important conversations about women empowerment and nutrition. We'll be talking about the challenges that women face in universities and how we can combat these challenges and ensure that women and girls live a healthy and empowered life. Of course, this show is sponsored by Brookside Plus, Live Life Plus. Karibuni sana to the show. And Usi Banduke, we have a lot in store for you. Hello and welcome to the Health and Wellness Show. As you can see, today we are doing it a bit differently. We are at Uzima University in Kisumu County. And on set, I have panelists, but also what you can see is I have students whom we are going to engage in discussions about student life. We're going to talk about challenges that university students face, from mental to social to financial and everything, 360 degrees on the challenges that students face while in university and how, of course, we can combat these challenges. And on set with me here in front, I have Clotilda Ondiek, who is the CS for Gender at the Uzima University Students' Council. Of course, she's under Jude Mugo, who is the president of the Students' Council. Karibu sana, Clotilda. We also have Professor Chris Oyo, who is the DVC for academics. He is going to talk to us about, of course, the academic challenges that students face and how the university is helping them to overcome those challenges and live a fulfilled student life. Last but not least, we have Goswar Clementine Goswar. Karibu sana Goswar. She's the Dean of Students. She's the one who interacts mostly with students on a daily basis. And so she's at a very good position to tell us what the challenges that students face, especially the women and the girls. Of course, when you're in university, you're a woman. Yeah, so karibuni sana to the show. You're going to be a conversation, basically with the students and, of course, the panelists here. And in front of me, I have people who are dressed very well. You look very lovely, all of you. Please clap for yourself for looking lovely. You also for showing up to these events. Karibuni sana to the show. And I want us to appreciate, of course, our partners. We have Brookside Plus. We have the MasterCard Foundation. We have KTN, the Standard Media Group. And we also have Zima University. And I want to specifically appreciate the school at the university administration through Reverend Professor Cosmas Ragot and Dr. Joe Okal, who is the DVC for Finance, Administration, and Development. Thank you so much for having us here. We are honored and we are happy to have these very meaningful conversations with all of you. All right? So I'd like to start from far right. Clotilda, you interact with students. I mean, you are a student. What are some of the challenges that you personally want to start with you? Please tell us which year you're in, what course you're studying, and what challenges you've been facing since you came to this university. Karibu sana.
Okay, thank you. I'm in my fifth year. I study medicine and surgery. So I've been in this school long enough. And some of the challenges I'd say are based gender biases and stereotypes, as the ladies don't take up these spaces. And there also there's this stereotype that this what the lady can't do it, the man can do it better. So those are some of the major challenges we face as the women, but you're trying to change that, of course.
Yeah, and I want us to go systematically.
Yes.
I want us to start from the head to the toe. I'm a mental health advocate, and I usually say that there's no health without mental health. So I'd like us to talk about the mental health challenges that students face. You are the CS for gender. I know when we say gender, many people want to believe it's only women, but we also have men in the gender perspective or the gender conversations. I want you to start with women, what challenges they're facing mentally, and then you can talk about men. And then also we'll come to you, Prof. and Miss Grotswar. Clemente, yeah. So let's start with you, Matilda, in terms of the mental challenge.
Of course, Uzima University is a health science institution. So the number one thing is academic stress and pressure, and also how to find a balance between the social life and the academic life. That's a problem that cuts across all of us, both the men and the women. Just like I've said, for the women, it's mostly the stereotypes and gender biases. And for the men, I'd say it's just stress and maybe drug use that might affect the mental health. Yeah, so those are the main challenges that we face.
Yeah, okay. I think we'll have a man during the Q&A, and they'll actually have to say what challenges they face. And maybe Professor Chrissy also be in a better position to tell us about the men because he's a man. So, but thank you so much, Clotilda. And over to you, Prof. What are the challenges that you have seen students be?
Thank you very much. First, I believe that change of environment affects everybody. Many of our students come from all corners of the country, as far as Mandera, as far as Mombasa, and even Mount Kenya. When they come to Zima, especially Zima University, they come all the way to the Lake region, and they start by trying to make friends. In the modern society, it is very difficult to know who is a good friend. The first fellow you interact with may be just a very talkative young man, especially for the female gender. And this young man may be very friendly and can easily misguide students. And we have seen cases where lady students or female students have been misguided, and some have even left college because they have been harassed. They have been harassed sexually, they have been harassed socially, and there are students who can easily solicit funds from other students in their way of borrowing. Then they later come and complain that I lent so and so money, now he cannot pay. Those are very bad psychological depression. And when they settle here, many a times they come from boarding schools where they are food in the secondary school, isn't it? And they come here and it is pay as you eat, or you make your own food, or you live in your own room. And some of us are quite spoiled. They are in good day schools. They come here and they are renting a room. And sometimes even taking care of those rooms becomes difficult.
Let us listen to Miss Clementine. You're the dean of students. It means you interact a lot with these students. And I like Professor Oyo's point that when students come from different diverse environments and then they come interact with people who are from different social, classes and status, it's difficult. I can relate to that because I was in campus about 10 years ago and I was taken to, I went to Dayside University. And myself, we don't come from a very rich family. I wouldn't say we are poor, but, it was a bit challenging. But thankfully, my parent, of course, gave me a pep talk and told me, I'm taking you here. You need to behave, live within your income. But how difficult or easy is it to live within your income when you see people living flashy lifestyles, then there you are? Clemente, what are some of the challenges you've encountered in terms of emotional distress?
Thank you so much. I'm Clementine Boswa, Dean of Students, Uzima. I interact quite a lot with the students from the start. And this also is 1 month during which we admit. So as you say, all the students come from all backgrounds, those from very wealthy and even well-polished backgrounds, and those from humble backgrounds, but all meet because of their brain work. Then you pass, you come. So I really meet people who are bright and also comfortable to some level that they can cope very well with their studies. I meet people who are very bright, but because of challenges that are around maybe finances and how they can pay fees and also have the upkeep. So with that difference, some students really start seeing some challenges. And I believe any other time we relate all this with academics because that's what brings them here. So there are those things that can drag the student back because of the mixture of the others that have come and they are now interacting. So I have these areas, checking the accommodation, and for Uzima, we have contracts with the people with hostels. So our students go and stay outside the university, but we have contacts with them through the hostel owners. And that one is also challenging because then we don't have direct supervision over how they stay every time, as much as we closely deal with that. And secondly, those who may not be able to pay fees, sometimes they come through the COOPs and sometimes self-sponsored. After a while, there could be difficulty in paying school fees, and you are forced to either defer. But here, what Uzima has done that is unique is that even when schools open, they are allowed to come in, start studying, and pay so that by the time they are doing exams, they have paid fees. But we can pay in bits and it is acceptable, but still we get challenges with that. They apply for help. We have also other institutions of learning like Uniport is with us and others are coming in, but they have challenges in paying back even the loans to schools and to get food. So the students themselves initiated a program within Uzima University called Imarisha Initiative, and that one we try to solicit some contributions to an account to just buy some few things like the placing materials, sanitary things, and also foods stuffs, but also the staff can put into it. What we have seen is management through the chancellor, the vice chancellor, and other few people contribute to us so that we can give few food stuff to the very vulnerable.
Thank you so much, Clementine. So you are talking about school fees, you're talking about food.
And also paying rent.
Cloth.
Yes.
And I want Clotilda to just explain to us the situation. How often do you encounter, for example, girls, women who are not able to afford sanitary towels and food? How is the situation?
Okay, so in the USA office, we have, just like the dean of students has said, yes, we have those things that we can give. So we have class reps and we also have representatives in every class that are there to listen, because in the ground is where you listen. So they're there to listen, to know, check, to see who really needs it, because some people might be shy to come forward. So we have them, they can forward the names, they can encourage them to come forward. And we have a stock that has never run dry because of the support from the school and also from our fellow students. We always have those things. And we have a program where we give them after a certain period of time for specific items. But the door is always opened. And the cases are there. There are not so many as at now because how we've been giving them regularly, but they're there. and we encourage them at every time to come forward, and we always provide, of course, to the support from the school. Okay, yeah.
And you have psychosocial support, maybe mental health counseling for students who are in distress. You know, sometimes it can affect the dignity of a student who doesn't afford sanitary towels.
Yeah.
Is that available for the students?
Yeah. It's available. We have the consulate office, and under that office, you also have a sub office that deals with a specific issue. So they can be talked to, they can be encouraged, they can be just encouraged to live like the others, and there's no problem with them. Yeah, such things, but it's there and it's very effective.
All right. Thank you so much, Clotilda. Let's now hear from Prof. In terms of emotional stress that is related to academic performance. Are you able to identify that this student is not performing well? And how do you help that student?
Yes, in health sciences, the causes are hard and they are long. Like medicine is a minimum of 6 years. And these other causes are 4 years. So it takes long to get a degree certificate. And many a times, there are also issues in between as the students progress. Some become casualties during exams. They end up with supplementaries. They end up repeating the year. In most departments, we are well stocked with heads of departments, and those student representatives, the so-called class representatives, also help the heads of departments or the university administration to identify those students that may be having some stressful situations, especially during exams and during academic progressing. Of course, there are some students that because of fee issues, they go home, they delay, they come late, they find the semesters or the trimesters have started. If they are recognized, we refer them to the counselor, who may talk to them. But usually it ends up at the head of department and even the deans of the faculty. The deans of the faculty usually has they have a discussion with the student who may have those issues like school fees, even stress. Quite a number of times, many of our students, not really financial, but you may find that they have a family member who is sick. Like a mother, when a mother is sick or a father is sick, it can really depress a student, and getting fees can be difficult. So if they come to the dean and the dean informs the administration, even that fees can be postponed for a while. But the problem with many of our students that we have seen is they are sometimes too shy to bring forward their problems. That's why we want the class representatives to be very close to their colleagues and find out their problems and bring them forward. But we help a lot.
Thank you. Thank you for the good job that you're doing, Professor. Miss Clementine, now we are talking about academics, but we also mentioned something to do with food. And I'd like us to delve into now proper nutrition among students in campus. Especially, I don't want to be biased, but especially women. You know, as a woman, your body goes through a lot of physiological activities, maybe when you're in your period. And I know we also have cases of women students or female students who get pregnant while in university, if I'm not wrong. So how do you ensure that these students have proper nutrition even as they study? And then we'll come to you, Clotilda, and you'll talk to us about the available food options within, of course, campus and around campus. Clementine.
Thank you. And think what happens is that within the university, we have a cafeteria, and it is pay as you eat, but the person contracted has an agreement with the university on the pay, how the cost of foods. So there are those that at least the students manage, but from their pockets, therefore the family manages. And here is where we had already said that there are those that from the class representatives, they could be identified or they come on their own, that they are not able to cope. A few are supported by the owner of the cafeteria. They are taken as part of the university. They can eat without paying. There are not so many. And others, it's just the families that will check. And the ones that are reported to us, then we give just supplementary, not complimentary, for the foods that they have. But I would say I wanted to add something on the status, that Professor Chris has already mentioned, that studying any of the courses in medical is not easy, that you just have luxury of time. But we need them to also have time to rest. And they need their time because of their ages and the rest. We do class theory and practicals, and you are tested on those areas. You are examined. So you are tested in class and you are examined on practicals. So sometimes balancing that when you are not very comfortable is not very easy, but we have not seen extremes. Our students actually do very well and they pass their exams very well. Wherever they go for internship, for attachment, sometimes after they qualify, they get employment through those areas. Therefore, we know that it is a level of coping. However, fees payment, a big issue. Uzima has to keep quality in terms of all the overheads like lights, water, the study materials, library, and the rest, and the lecturers must be paid. And sometimes when this fees is not paid in time, it is so taxing. But Uzima has tried to make sure that the students learn and do exams because we don't want them to go beyond their study period. Yes. So just because we are on air today, I would wish to say any parent that would want to bring a student to Uzima, bring the student. We are flexible on fee agreement, on agreement on how you can pay fee so that the student learns and leave at the correct time so long as they don't fail their exams.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Clementine. We're about to take a short break, but before that, I will allow Flotilda to talk about the food options around within campus and how, of course, you can identify students and how students can approach the administration when they are not able to afford food. And then we'll take a short break. Please let's stay. So the food options available in our school cafeteria, you know, if you want the specific foods, we have, for the carbohydrates, we have chapati, ugali, rice. For proteins, we have beans, green grounds, beef, chicken, fish, matumbo, the English name. Eggs, we have sausages, and for the bitter wings, we have cabbages, spinach, skuma wiki, fruits, fresh fruits, fresh juice, milk. Those are the kinds of foods we have. And how we can identify these students, like I said, we have agents plus the class reps in every class that are very close to the students and are able to identify these students that need this help. And just like the Dean of Students has said, there is the Imarisha Comrade program that if you're not able to buy your food, they can provide your food while at campus and also give you the food like rice, the flour to go and cook back at home. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Clotilda. Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Ms. Clementine. We are going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll now talk about relationships, how you can manage relationships and your academics in university, and we'll also talk about how you can be able to manage your finances as a student. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
You're watching Health and Wellness, brought to you by Brookside.
With lactose-free milk, you're still able to use this milk in your normal preparation of food, whether you want to add it while cooking or you want to use it in your favorite cup of tea, chocolate, or coffee. You can still use lactose-free. It has the same great taste as any other whole milk.
Welcome back. If you've just tuned in, this is the Health and Wellness Show. My name is Chebet Birir, and we are at Uzima University in Kisumu County, where we're having very important conversations about student life. We are talking about the challenges that students face in terms of mental, social, financial, nutritional. And speaking of nutritional, this show is sponsored by Brookside Plus, Live Life Plus. Karibuni sana once again to the show, our panelists, Miss Clementine Goswar, Mrs. Clementine Goswar, Professor Chris Oyo, and Clotilda Ondiek. Karibuni sana once again, and thank you for being on this panel. I'd also like to welcome all of you, students of Uzima University. And at this point in time, I want us to do a question and answer session. If you have a question, our panelists are here to answer. And let's see, who will go first? Oh, the President, Mugo.
Yeah, thank you very
Please
much.
ask your question. Karibu sana.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Jude Mugo, the President of the Students' Council here at Uzima University. And I have two questions. One goes to Professor Chris Oyo, and another one to the Dean of Students. So my first question was, we often talk about the life experience of students at the university level, but we fail to talk about what next after graduation. So how can we tackle this problem of what next after graduation here at the university level? And the question to the Dean of Students is that we know that students have been facing problems with the relationship. So how well do you tackle this problem in the relationship? Because students have been getting heartbreaks left, right, and center. So how well can we deal with this problem? Thank you very much.
Okay. Mugo's questions are two. One is on student life after campus, and the other one is on relationships. I think we'll start with you, Prof. And then Mrs. Clementine, you'll talk a bit about it, and Clotilda, you'll also be able to answer, of course, in terms of relationships, being a student yourself. Professor Oyo, please.
Thank you very much. Life after university education. The beauty of our method of learning at the moment, especially in many health sciences universities, including Uzima, is that we have attachment periods during the learning stage. When these students go out into the community, they go and get attached to areas of their learning. Like if you are a nurse, you go to a hospital setup, you see how those hospitals are working. If you are a health records person, you go to the same industry where there is health records, like in research laboratories, in the hospitals, health centers, and the like. Of course, many a times during our lectures, we tell our students the experiences we have had at our places of work. Some of us started working as general doctors, we became specialists, and now we are teaching. So we changed careers. Many a times also, despite the economic times, we invite industries. Like now we have invited, we are here blessed with the industry of Brookside. They are coming here. We encourage students to interact with the representatives. They even go and visit these industries. Like in a department of microbiology, our students go to the industries to see how they are handling situations in their factories. So we try to expose them. The problem with economics now is that these industries don't have a lot of funds to come and involve students like now Brookside has come. MTN is called what? MasterCard has also come. So we are just encouraging these industries to visit universities, give students some interactions. They talk to the students, they tell them what they do out there and how they can reflect their education to the practice outside.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. And I hope you've all heard about that. Please feel free to approach him. I know Clotilda said many students are afraid. Don't suffer in silence. I think sharing is a problem, half shared is a problem, half solved. Thank you so much, Prof. Mrs. Clementine, please talk to us about relationships on campus. Mambo ni mengi, masaa ni machache. Na character development ni mingi.
I am, as a parent with others here, parenting, continuous parenting from home. You get the dean of students and even registrar academics, but now my office, for sure, I nurture the students as a parent, and I know they are grown, and I know even from the campus they can have relationships that end up in partners, wife, husband, but it becomes a challenge if sometimes if you realize that there is some relationship that is going to end up in confusion rather than value added, then it becomes, they know, if some are here, that have really interviewed any relationships that I come across, to know how they are doing it, because people can cohabit and you don't know, and they are very rare because you can't easily get it until something happens, because sometimes disagreement and then now the other one comes to say, and when you check, I have to tell them that we need to involve your decision and also the parent before I even take it. If it has interfered with academics, we handle it differently. If they are friends and normal friends and not interfering with their learning, then I also take them to the counselor so that it is known. Okay. It is not that in Uzima we have not had some ladies getting pregnant before they complete their course. We have. They are not many, but we have such. What we do is the counselor is involved, my office is involved. There are some mentors and there are peer counselors within the university. But the few that we've had, we involve the dean of the school, because we have 3 schools here, and under those schools we have different programs. We have School of Medicine, we have School of Clinical Medicine, we have School of Nursing. Under those we then have, like in medicine, we have microbiology, we have also mortuary science and practice. In nursing, we have health records. In clinical medicine, we have health systems, we have community health, and they are like that. So each individual that has been identified in some relationships across the schools, and it is a normal boy-girl relationship, I just talk to them that their academics must come first. But if I know that there is something that is going to be a confusion and they might end up discontinuing, I involve the parents. Okay. And the administration also, I involve now the dean of school. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Clementine. I like the point that you mentioned that there's a lot of cohabiting on campus. Oh, of course, in the student hostels, many are cohabiting. And of course, you cannot micromanage them and go to them and tell them you can't stay together, you can't have relationships. And we've had cases in universities, a lot of them where we have violence, gender-based violence, relationship violence, and we've even had cases of students killing each other. And this now goes to Clotilda. Have you had any of those cases, and how do you manage as the CS for gender?
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So I don't think we've had a case of students killing each other in the school, lucky enough for us. And we've also not had a reported case of gender-based violence with people in relationships.
Very nice.
What we do as a council, you know, there's only much you can do because you can't control, you can't micromanage and tell people don't cohabit, don't do this, because you'll tell them that, but they'll still do it. So the much we can do as the council and also as the administration is to teach the students about emotional maturity, because as much as it might be risky, but these are the people who might be our partners in the future. So it's just about emotional maturity and prioritizing on the people we interact with, at least have a shared growth trajectory, and also a shared goal with the person you're interacting with, and also just teach them on emotional maturity and know how to handle situations.
Okay, emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Clotilde. I think now it's time to take another question. Jude, I hope you've been answered well. Awesome. Any other question?
Another question is based on peer influence. Yeah, we know that most of us come from families where we can afford lunch, supper, and breakfast. So you find that when a new student comes to this institution, maybe he finds other students who are able to do extra than what he or she can afford. And you find this student is trying to live a higher living standard, which he or she can't afford, and then you find him or her doing things which are not part of the curriculum. So how do you advise such kind of person?
Okay, thank you so much. Those are two questions. Moja ni mambo ni mengi, masaa ni machache. And the second one is on, what was the second question? Living beyond your means, which I think we've already talked about, but since it's a prevalent issue, I think we will re-answer that question. But I want us to start with time management. I think mambo ni mengi, masaa yakiwa machache, it's about time management. So we'll start with you, Clotilde. As a student, how are you managing your life, your time? You're a student leader, you're a medical student. How do you manage your time so that you have a balanced life as a student?
Okay, so thank you. First of all, I understand all these medical courses are not easy, and the content is so wide. You can't finish it overnight. You can't transnight and tell yourself, I'll finish this, I'll read this unit overnight, and then I'll go for exams tomorrow. You'll fail. Yeah, you'll fail. So what I do, I start early. I start early enough, as early as possible. You divide it into a bit manageable portions. When you do that, it won't be so hard, because medicine is not technical. It's just that it's a bit wide. So you just do it in manageable portions, and you'll manage. And for you to have gotten to fourth year, I know you understand how much you're supposed to read over a certain period. So just plan your time well, and use the little time you have, because also the time is not there. So because we go to the hospital, you have to read, you have to do what. Yeah, so just manage your time, divide your work into manageable portions. And on peer influence, I think when you understand your background and you understand what you want after a certain period, it will be a bit easier. Like I said earlier, identify someone with the common growth trajectory, someone with common goals, someone who understands you, someone you understand, someone that does not give you pressure. If you associate yourself with such groups, it will be a bit easier for you. You'll manage, because you'll understand yourself and where you come from and your background, and whatever your parents do, you'll know what you want to achieve. So associate yourself with the right people, identify the right people to work with, and I think with that it will be manageable.
Awesome. Clotilde and Prof have covered so well the academic aspect of time management. Please cover the social life, the different social backgrounds of students, and how they can be able to live within their means.
Yeah, this one, I may not talk it as an expert, but I may talk it as one who has lived to see, and also giving you the right thing that is according to me, having observed in many cases. When you come from a humble background, and you are with those people who have come from wealthy backgrounds, and you are together, you know that where you are sitting and they are sitting, you can change the scenario. And by changing the scenario is not by observing everything that they have, everything that they do, and do with them, but try to read and achieve, so that you'll change your scenario and scenario at home, so that your siblings may not face what you are facing. Admiring everything that another person is having and is not in your level takes you off the road. And when it takes you off the road, because Here is not where you are going to borrow clothes, to borrow shoes and anything, because you came with something. But after time, you will be able to buy. In fact, when you are away from home, dependent where you have come from, you can use little money to dress well like the others, but you have not shopped from their shops. Because they could be buying the designers, but you go buy from second hand and dress well and decently. You'll be respected, and by the end of it, you'll change the scenario in your home. But if you want to live a life which is not yours, you will have to, people will see your vulnerability, will give you even money, opposite sexes. Even females give men and they derail the men. Even males give females and they derail the females. So don't cut short your life here.
We'll take the last question, and because of time, we will wrap up with that question after answering. I wish we would have continued with this conversation, but you know, time is limited. So let's take the last question and then we wrap it up. Karibu.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Elizabeth Oyange, Maseno University. Today we're talking about wellness of students and of ladies in general. Are there wellness programs, or rather regular checkups for students or women in Uzima University? Thank you.
I wanted to say all of you, but Dean. Dean. I wanted to start with Clotilda, but just because of time, I'll let you answer that, and then you will have your final statements, parting shots, and then we'll wrap it up. Please go, Mrs. Clementine.
Okay, that question is very good. You are asking for wellness, what do we have for students? So in Uzima, we have some fields that the students use, and this is majorly for every student, but mainly we see males using the field more than the ladies. We have also extracurricular activities that include even singing and some fellowships that they do. But for outdoor like sports here, it has been very on low tone, but I believe the students could have said now, especially Clotilda, because there is the plan for them. We have already groups that have drawn their plan of what they want to do. But I'm telling you also, because of different times of whatever activities are, the fields can also hang, not being used. Otherwise, as at now, majorly they do their own activities. Sometimes the mental health, they have mental health period days, and that they do some competitions in the field, but we are yet to give them more of whatever they have put in their plan.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much. And lastly, we'll take your parting shots, starting with Clotilda, and then we'll finish with you, Mrs. Clementine.
Okay, so first of all, it is to thank everyone for coming. It was such a beautiful event. When you were starting to organize the event, when we thought of it, this is the first time it's happening in school. And we are very grateful. It has been a success. And my team and I have tried, of course, with the support from our administration. It has not been easy, but finally, we thank God we did it. And to all our sponsors for creating your time, thank you. And to all the students, I hope this has been a very good session. I hope it has been impactful. I hope when you get out of this room today, it will have changed your life in one way or the other. So, karibuni tena, and we are very grateful.
Asante sana, Clotilda. You've not tried. You've done a good job. I've seen you run up and down. Good job. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Prof.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I thank the students for coming to this meeting. It's great. Secondly, I must thank the student leadership for being proactive. Our student leadership are proactive. They started this idea and it is now working, and I believe we are going to go on well. This is the way to go. Thirdly, it is nice to have diverse visitors. You know, when KTN is here, there is a journalist. You've realized that nowadays there are journalists who are also medics. Have you realized that?
Yeah.
So this is another course that you can even diverse from medicine practice. It can be boring just going to the ward. So one day you may decide and you become a health journalist and you come here.
Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it was great. Let me thank KTN. Let me thank Brookside. Let me thank MasterCard for this wonderful job. Please don't stop from there. Come again and come again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor. I hope we'll come again. Mrs. Clementine.
Yes, just to echo that we were lucky to have you today. And I want to take the opportunity again to thank the administration because they enabled us and the student leadership to have this day a success. I believe that we've learned a lot, and from our partners that are present today, as has been mentioned by our Clotilda and Professor Chris, when you asked about the life after here must be prepared now. And MasterCard is here, KTN is here, Brookside is here, and you students that have participated. As the Dean of Students, this is my parting shot. Anytime you see or hear of a call, please be responsive. You might miss a chance or meet an opportunity. Opportunities fly, and because the opportunities have wings. When it is gone, it is gone. People have met opportunities in such fora. So, thank you so much, all the partners. Thank you, the students of Uzima, the leadership. The president here can be on your neck.
All right. Thank you so much.
But that is well.
Thank you, Mrs. Clementine.
It is now well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Clementine, for being a good dean of students. I can tell that they have the best, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prof. And thank you, Clotilda. You all are amazing. It's been amazing to have this conversation with you. And of course, to the students of Uzima University, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for participating in this conversation. The questions have been amazing. And remember to focus and live within your means. And also, don't struggle alone. Don't suffer in silence. Talk to someone. A problem half shared is a problem half. Thank you so much. And I hope, of course, to come again with my team. This is where I give a huge shout out to my producer, Millicent. And of course, the camera people. Nona vile wanajikaza hapa. They're amazing people. Please give them a clap. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And of course, that point of, if you want to be a journalist, a health journalist, like Dean has said, your life after campus starts now. Talk to me, write an article, send it to me. You never know, it may be published. Someone will see your work and give you a job. You know, you'd start here now. So I'll give you my number after this. Thank you so much. All right, if you're watching this, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Health and Wellness Show at Uzima University. We've had such an amazing pink day. As you can see, we are all in pink. It's been amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you again next week, Mungu akipenda. My name is Chabet Birir. Have a lovely evening.